of him, and I took care of him. And, you know, my dad was a different kind of guy, and he took and put a bunch of dishes in a dish pan and put some water in it and took it into the bed for Mom to wash the dishes. And she couldn't even get out of bed. She was weak.
Now, tell the story again so Lynn didn't have a name because first your sister.
Well, Mom didn't know she had twins.
Yeah.
And so when the girl was born, they says, "Hang on, another one's coming."
And
She didn't know that, so she had to scramble around trying to figure out what she was going to call him. And of course, the other one was named Sharon Ann, so she come up with Sherman Lynn.
But Sharon Ann is the sister that we go and visit the grave in Fair Play, right? Because she only lived, what, 12 days?
Huh?
Only lived like 12 days or something like that, or?
7 days.
7 days?
And up there in that Alma Hospital, they didn't have anything for C-sections or anything, and so they used the forceps trying to get her out, and they crushed her head.
That's horrible. How life would have changed by having a sister, huh?
I was several what do I want to say? It was several years before I knew that I had a sister.
Yeah, we never talked about it. But nobody knew where the grave was.
I know.
And several people looked up there and looked trying to find that grave and couldn't find it. And so when I went up there to look for it, why, I prayed that Lord would help me find it. And I drove up there and I stopped the car, got out of the car and walked right beside the car, and there was the grave.
So how did you know it was hers? Because you said you're the one that finally made a stone and put up there. So how'd you know?
Somebody had took and made little tin things, and they used a punch, and they made the names on the little piece of tin, and they put them all on unmarked graves, and they had her name on this one grave.
Ah.
But it was a little piece of tin. It had punch marks in it to said what her name was.
Because then you went and, what, a year later or something, went and had a little marble stone made.
Stone made for it. And I wanted to put a bunch of rocks around it to identify the grave. So I went up in Alma and I found a place that had a bunch of, I thought these white rocks, but they was gray. And so I thought, well, I'll go get them rocks and put on the grave. But I couldn't get around very good, and I had a couple buckets in the back of the car, and I went down and asked the people at the mortuary thing, if there's anybody that could help me take them rocks down there. She said, yeah, we got a couple of kids that do things like that. So she called them up, and they met me the next morning at the mortuary, and there was another guy there, and he had a pickup. Found out he was the mayor of Fairplay, and he wanted to take his pickup and go get the rocks for me. And him and his kids went up there and got the rocks and took them down. I didn't do, they took them out and stuck them all around the grave. And that's how the rocks cut. There's a mayor in Meadow Lake, and his 2 kids went and got all of them for me.
Wow. So he just really wanted to help.
Yeah.
That's really cool.